All right. My name is Alan C. I'm the CEO of New Kingdom Entertainment. This is my podcast, Be Quiet, Grown Folks is Talking. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I don't know everything, but I do know a lot of things. And I am definitely a work in progress. I guess it's still my birthday, so it's June 26th. Uh, I turned 69 years old today. And I haven't done a podcast. I've done. I don't really schedule my podcasts. I don't really. There's no schedule. I don't script them. Uh, and I try to have a guest, and sometimes that's difficult because sometimes people are busy. People have their own lives, so I have to take it when it comes. And plus, I'm not big like that, so ain't nobody really beating the door down to get on get on the podcast. But I hope that changes in the future. But right now, I've been trying to do one, but every time I get started, something else comes up, and there's so many things going on, uh, so many things to talk about. So with that being said, I'm gonna start off with some sports stuff, and uh, Caitlin Clark. She's not playing too good right now, and it's not surprising. It's to be expected because I think the Connecticut coach said when she first was getting ready to come in the league that she was not going to be able to handle the physical, the physicality of the WNBA, and everybody like shrugged them off because she came in the league and last year she got the MVP. She played pretty well, but now this year it's changing, and one of the reasons is because she can't handle the physicality without doing certain things, that I've been noticing. Like a lot of people push off. A lot of people push off, and you don't really see it. The little elbows and the little forearms, and then sometimes the the arm is extended all the way out straight, and it's straight off a push off. That's all part of the game because what the ref don't see don't really count. To be truthful, when it comes to basketball, but I see a lot of people crying when it don't go their way, when the physicality doesn't go their way, and the calls doesn't go their way, they get the crime. And especially Caitlin Clark's fans, they want to make all kind of excuses for her why she ain't all world or why she ain't the GOAT. Because let them tell it she's the GOAT. Let them tell it if she leaves the W, it will fold. Uh, Also, let them tell it she's the only reason why the W is growing. Now, she's a big part of it, but she's not the only reason. And the W should never, like Kane fans want them to do, is put all their eggs in one basket. And that doesn't make any sense because if the player starts and it gets a slump like Caitlin's doing, or getting hurt like she did earlier this year, now what do you got? Because you don't put all your hopes and dreams on one player. I don't care how good a player is. When you're talking about team sports, you're talking about a league. It should never depend on one person because that's a recipe for disaster. So anyway, she's not playing good. Everybody was talking about Angel Reese, always comparing her to Angel Reese, which I always thought was insane because Reese is a forward and she's a guard. Those are two different positions. They do different things on the court, and different things are expected of those positions. So you can't compare the two. Um, that being said, uh, we have another young lady who happens to be white that's in the league now, and she seems to be doing everything and more than what Caton did last year, and that's Paige Beckers. And now it seems like they're starting to pit them two together, uh, Paige and Caitlin. And I hate to say it that a lot of this nonsense that's going on with the W is sexist and racist. It just really is. There's too much sexism and racism involved with these young ladies, and it's a shame. And I blame Caitlin's fans for what she's going through right now. I blame Caitlin's fans, the ones that are pretty much racist, the ones that will continue to bash a young black woman no matter what she does, no matter what she says, what she don't do, what she do, doesn't matter. And I'm here to tell you, I see all the hate and the vitriol that's targeted towards Angel Reese, and it's ridiculous. And whether she actually brings it on herself or not, still don't make it right. And it's a lot of middle-aged white men that's spewing all the hate and saying all the racial stuff and all the foul stuff. You know, it's amazing. And this doesn't just go for basketball or for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, but this goes for this country in general. When we do it, it's a problem. When they do it, it's okay. Now, I seen somebody point out the other way when they talk about black quarterbacks versus white quarterbacks. When a white quarterback throws a ball, makes a good play, it's a great throw. His thought process and his how you say his mechanics, was perfect. When a black quarterback throws the ball and it's a good play, oh, it was a good catch. So when a white quarterback makes a play, it's all about him. And when a black quarterback makes a play, it's all about the receiver, person that caught the ball, not the person that threw the ball. And you'll see this all the time. Them little things just like that, you'll see it all the time. And then you have the same thing with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. When Angel Reese do something, it's ghetto, it's thuggish. But when Caitlin does it, she's just showing her enthusiasm. She's just showing how I don't know. I forget the word they use for it, but whatever it is, she's just great, and she's just showing her enthusiasm for the game. And yeah, and this could be the same thing because it all started. People don't want to recognize the fact that this thing with Caitlin Clark, what made Caitlin Clark the hero and Angel Reese the villain, and basically turned Caitlin to a bigger star than she was, a much bigger star than was, and also Angel too. But it was the fact, it was the ring thing. It was the ring thing. And you can't see me. When Caitlin did You Can't See Me, I don't care who she did it to. She did it on the court, in public, for the world to see. It was caught on tape. It wasn't no big thing. She was just showing some emotion. It was towards her coaches and everything. It really wasn't towards the opponents. But then when Angel did it, Now it's thuggish and it's taunting and you know it's being and it's you know it's criminal. So this is a prelude to my whole conversation tonight, the double standard in this country and in this world, and how the things that are going on right now are insane, and how easy people who should know better and who definitely know better will switch up sides and say one thing one day and another thing the next. So with that, let's get to us bombing Iran because you hear people now trying to justify it and trying to make it like it was a very that it was a good thing. At first, they was against it or him even doing it before he did it. But once he did it, then most of the people that was against it, now they for it. Now they praising it. Now they bigging it up. And the main reason why that is because what Trump did served Israel's purpose. And Israel is paying all these people to say what they're saying. One way or another, they're paying these people to say what they're saying. As a matter of fact, Israel pays everything on the right, on the left, Republicans and Democrats. And what I see now is really true. There's no difference between Democrats and Republicans. They're both corrupt. They're both foul. And I feel like I'm getting to feel like Democrats are even fouler because they're supposed to be for the common man, for regular people. But I just seen what Hakeem Jeffries did and them did when they talked about impeaching Trump over him dropping that bomb on Iran. Because he might have opened up Pandora's butt. Right now, the ceasefire is working, but that don't mean it's going to keep working. And I don't think Israel's going to let it keep working. I think Israel's going to go back to bombing them people because they like killing Arabs and Muslims. They got a thing. They think the whole Middle East should be Jewish. There should be no Arabs or no Muslims in the Middle East. That's what they believe. And you have some sick people here in this country that believe them right along, believe that shit right along with them. And it's sad. I don't like I do know because it's been happening for 70 years when Israel convinced people that Jews were the chosen people and the most important people on the planet. And nobody's life is worth a Jewish life. And that's insane. And it's sad. And some people may say, like, I'm taking chances saying what I'm saying right now, and that what I'm saying may come back to haunt me in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Well, what I say, if the truth hurts them, if the truth kills them, let them die. Because I'm going to tell the truth. I forgot who said that. I didn't come up with that. Somebody else said that. I forgot who at this moment. But getting back to that, we had no business bombing Iran. I don't care what they said in the past or what they've done defending themselves from Israel. Because just like Israel can claim they have a right to defend themselves, Iran has a right to defend itself. The Palestinians have a right to defend themselves. The Jordanians have a right to defend themselves. The Iraqis have a right to defend it. Everybody in the Middle East has a right to defend themselves because the fact is they were all there before Israel. Israel didn't exist till 1948, and people keep trying to ignore that fact that Israel was conceived and built in blood, in terrorism, in war, in murder, in genocide. And I don't understand how a people that was genocide themselves could genocide somebody else. I don't understand how people who was ethnically cleansed could ethnically cleanse another people. And it's insane. I watch the news every day. There's only two news outlets, well, like three news outlets that actually tells the truth, and them are online because cable news, mainstream media, what they call legacy media, they that's the one thing Trump says or says that's the truth. It is fake news. All of it's fake news. And these people, like I'm listening to Cuomo's brother right now talk crazy about that Indian that just won the Indian Muslim, and that's the problem they have. The Muslim that just won the Democratic primary, how foul he's talking about, how foul people's talking about that man, and it's sad and it's racist. See, we don't want to say that. Like I don't say we, because I say it all the time, but I'm saying the general population and mainstream media, they don't want to talk about the racism in this country. They don't want to talk about the fact that most of the policies in this country was created and function for racial purposes. For since after slavery, white people will cut their nose off to spite their face to make sure black people don't get something. If you want to kill a policy or you want to revoke about it, you want to change a policy, all somebody has to do, or some politicians has to do, is talk about how much it benefits black people or that it benefits black people, even if it doesn't. Even if it doesn't. If they say it benefits black people, they'll find a way to get rid of it. They'll find a way to change it. People say that this government, the system is broken. And I keep telling people it's not broken. It's working exactly the way it was designed to work. And most of the people that look like me don't understand that and don't understand the laws. Because recently I suggested that we need to respect the Constitution and understand it and learn how to use it to our advantage. Okay, we know it wasn't written for us. We know the Constitution wasn't written for us, but that don't mean we can't use it. Because we have to make them when we know the law and we make them stand on the law and stand on business and stand up to it. The only thing they have to do, the next thing they do is they're going to change it, and we have to stop that by making sure we have the right people in Congress, because that's the ticket, and that's what we have to be on this midterm coming up. We need to get rid of all the Democrats. There's only a handful of Democrats that should stay around, that we shouldn't vote out. So vote them all out, and the Republicans too. If we could do that, but we really can't do that. But we can vote all these Democrats out and make sure we get the right kind, because the right kind of Democrat, because the only other choice we have is a third party, and that's probably never going to happen because it would split the vote and it would always put Republicans back in the office, because that's basically what happened with Trump getting elected. A lot of us, not a lot of us, but enough, but too many. no, I ain't gonna say. Listen, black people did what they were supposed to do. Most of us voted for Kamala. We voted Democrat, but we had like 20% that didn't. And then when you add that 20% more of Latinos voted for him, and damn, almost all white people vote for him. Because if it's not about race, if it's not racist, why would anybody? I understand Democrats ain't shit too, but you ain't got a Democrat. You didn't have a Democrat running pro that had 32 felonies, that had a sexual assault conviction, that had a fraud conviction, um, that's never had any real business. The only successful business he had was being a fake boss on television, because every other company he's ever had, he's destroyed. He's bankrupt. Because how you bankrupt two casinos? How you bankrupt a casino? You got to be a real clown to bankrupt a casino. And so I don't understand why people give this dude credit for anything. And now he done bombed Iran, could have possibly started World War III. He might have already started. We don't even know yet. We got to wait and see what's coming. He's wrecking the economy with the tariffs. Tariffs don't work. They ain't never worked. You're talking about regime change in a company. You're talking about telling another company how to handle their business, what to do in their country. Like, that has never worked. We done tried it before. How many times are we going to do the same shit, expecting different results? I was always told that shit is insanity. The same man doing the same thing, expecting different results, is insanity. But yet, that's what we do. As like I said, I turned 69 years old today, and as I get older, it becomes more clear how insane this world is right now, how insane this country is. And people like say it was Obama's fault that things went down here, and to a certain extent, they're right. It's not his fault because of how he did when he was president. Because, to be honest, Obama, when you look back at his president, everything that he did, he was more conservative than he was progressive. He was closer to being a Republican than he was a Democrat. And had he been white, the white folks would have loved his dirty drawers. And that's a segue in the fact that that's why Trump had to drop them bombs in the first place, because he tore up a treaty with Iran that Obama had put together that was working, that the whole world says was working. And Trump tore it up just because Obama did it. And then we had Biden, and yeah, Biden was a piece of work too. And I hate to say it, like, because Obama's a Democrat, Biden's a Democrat, but once again, not really. Neither really was Democrat. Definitely wasn't progressive. Definitely more close to being conservative, because Biden never bothered to put that treaty back in place. Biden let Israel killing Palestinians with no recourse. And he's one of the reasons why they're still killing them, even though it's now Trump's watch. But why would Trump's out there? He's getting paid. He's getting paid like in a shade. And that's all he's really concerned about. And that little what he just did in Iran was a little show. And he didn't think about the consequence going to tell them after he bombed them, don't retaliate. Like they really wasn't going to retaliate. And they showed them they didn't really do everything that they could, but they showed them we will retaliate. What you talking about don't mean shit. And the same thing with Israel. If Israel hits us, we're going to hit them back. And see, they ain't showing you how much destruction they doing in Israel. Yeah, Israel is doing more destruction to them, but Israel's catches catching some blows too. So yeah, and I don't know what's going to happen, and that's for me is a problem because I like to, especially have as I the older I got as I got older, I wanted to plan things. I had planned things to do to go in a certain way, and like they tell us, when you plan, God laughs because the best laid plans of mice and men oft time go astray. It don't work out a whole lot. And you know what? That's okay because that's life. Because it's like I was told when I was real young, and I said, "Oh shit, that ain't fair. This ain't fair." That people people that knew had my best interests at heart would tell me it ain't supposed to be fair. Life ain't supposed to be fair. It's not supposed to be fair. And you're supposed to handle it, and especially if you're a man, and keep it moving. We expect that we can't be soft. We can't be aggressive. We can't be loud. Uh, we can't speak our minds. You know, I got accused of being aggressive. I was sitting down talking to somebody, and they told me I was being aggressive. You know, every time I get into a situation, and I speak the truth and speak my mind, I become a threat. I'm aggressive. It doesn't matter that I'm damn near 69 years old. Well, I am 69 years old and having a lot of issues with my body right now that I'm addressing. I mean, I'm gonna get through it just like I get through everything else. But the fact is, I don't move like I used to. Nowhere near there, because it was a time I was a beast. I had the opportunity to play college basketball. I blew it more than once. I had like more than one opportunity, and I you know didn't handle my business right, and I blew it. I could have been a professional golfer once again. I didn't handle my business, and I blew that. So what I say that to say, I've always been in pretty good shape. I've never been sick, and never really had any surgeries or operations. So I got into my 60s. So most of my life I've been pretty healthy, but them days are past. I'm on the other side, which I'm all right with. But there's a lot of things I wanted to talk to and some videos I wanted to go through, but I really didn't have the energy to do this. Um, I tried like to be real easy on my birthday. Everybody told me, "Oh, it's my birthday. I'm gonna turn up. Oh, it's my birthday week." Some people say, "Oh, it's my birthday month. I gotta turn up." Nah, I ain't gotta do all that. I ain't done it. Been there, done that, and this time my age. I mean, this time at my age, I ain't trying to turn up shit. I'm trying to chill out. We got some TV. A lot of times I'm in here. I've had to turn my bedroom into a studio because my son is in my studio, which is okay. But I'm on the computer. I'm on two computers, my television. my phone. My daughter told me the other day, "You be doing too much." Well, it's kind of right, but this is what I can do right now. I'm not outside all the time. I just want to do this video because it's my birthday. I said I'm gonna do this real quick. So I talked about the things I wanted that I think that was most important at this present moment, and there'll be something else tomorrow or tonight. I just hope we don't bomb nobody else. We always bombing somebody. That's another thing, man. We bomb everybody. If we ain't bombing them, we giving somebody bombs to bomb somebody. If we ain't bombing somebody, we always bombing somebody. And when you doing that, you're killing babies. A lot of times, especially when them bombs fall in places where people live, you're killing babies. You're blowing the pieces. You're incinerating them. And I don't understand how we are all right with that. We've been doing this for at least 50 years or more. We've been overthrowing countries, destabilizing country, and bombing the fuck out of brown people, Muslims. I mean, don't nobody even know. And I gotta come to think that even Obama did that shit. Obama killed more Muslims than Bush did, many more. He deported more. He deported more people than Bush did or Biden. Like I think, like they called him the porter in chief on the low, and he droned the fuck out of quite a few people. As a matter of fact, he killed 2 American citizens. He droned them, and that's actually a war crime. So when we talk about, like, to be honest, one of the reasons why we can't say nothing about what Israel is doing, my connection is okay. It's kicking it back. The reason why we can't really talk shit to Israel is because we did the same thing. This country was created the same way. We came here and we genocide the Indians. We ethnically cleansed them, removed them, put them on reservation. After we killed them, a bunch of them, we put them on reservations and took their land. The same thing Israel is doing to the Palestinians. Kind of believe that's why we help them, because we know that's what we do. That's what we did. That's what we do. Obama on the low put mad bases in Africa. And I didn't understand till now why he was doing that shit. And it's sad. Once again, we protecting interests outside of our country. And also him being involved with Gaddafi. That was some foul. That's why right now, Ibrahim Toure in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Toure, Burkina Faso. You need to know who that is and where that is and what's going on right there, right now. Because we have a real life Black Panther right now in Africa. And once again, we're trying to destroy them. America's trying to destroy them and destabilize his country because he won't do what we tell it. Anybody or any country that doesn't do what the United States does all of a sudden become terrorists. It's amazing. And the minute they do what we tell them to do, then they're our best friends. We the biggest gangsters ever, so it's no wonder we have a gangster president right now. It's a surprise it didn't happen a lot sooner before now. Like I say, if you sometime it's best not to know a whole lot because, like they say, ignorance is bliss. Because when you know a lot and you get to be a certain age and you start to really understand what's really going on and how long you've been lied to, how many lies are based on the foundation of this country, and how we have our own, we are our own worst enemies. Our leaders, I right now I can't say one that I would follow. There's nobody right now that I would follow. And that's a damn shame. With that, I'm out. You have a good night. I've had a good day. And I really didn't want to do this, but I'm glad I did. It's not everything I wanted to do and say, but it's enough. And hopefully, I got some more days coming to do some more shows. Y'all have a good night and good tomorrow. And somebody say, be happy on purpose. You know, we like they don't understand. We ain't gonna be do nothing with Iran unless we put boots on the ground. And right now, like I said earlier, black folks got boot on the ground, but they dancing. They don't like it, but we gonna keep on stepping. Y'all have a good night. I'm out.